Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and today we're going to be talking about one of the most recent NBA head coaching, or not head coaching, assistant coaching, assistant coach hiring, as the Milwaukee Bucks have hired former Portland Trail Blazers head coach of 9 seasons, Terry Stotts, former player as well, and longtime assistant before he was a head coach as well. Very successful tenure in Portland. And to be quite honest, I think the only reason he was really fired was basically just because of playoff fails. I mean, the Blazers were a great team with Dame and CJ, and the team they had, it just felt like their team could never really get it done in the playoffs. You know, they did go to the Western Conference Finals one time, but got swept by the Warriors. But besides that, that was their only really successful, their biggest, when he was the head coach, their biggest, even though they had 8, straight playoff trips, their biggest, their latest round that they ever made it to was one Western Conference Finals. And in that one Western Conference Finals, they got swept by the Warriors, who, keep in mind, didn't even have Kevin Durant in that series. I know they still got a great team with, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, but you remember that season when the Blazers made it to the Western Conference Finals, KD got hurt against the Rockets in the semifinals and missed that whole series and most of the NBA Finals too. I mean, KD only played one quarter in the NBA Finals, then he tore his Achilles. But so they got swept against a Warriors team. Yes, a very good Warriors team, but we're without KD. So when you've made 8 straight playoffs and you've won 402 games, because he did win as the Portland's head coach, as the Blazers head coach, he did win 402 games. But still, it just it wasn't I don't know. It was constant playoff eliminations, and I think that was what came to the end of it with the Blazers. I mean, Terry Stotts had a good relationship with Dame. But I think it's going to be such a good hire. This is such a good hire for Milwaukee, though. His experience as a head coach, winning 400. And not only that, he's been the Milwaukee Bucks head coach before. But now he's going to be assistant with the Bucks. He coached for 146 games with the Bucks, ending in 2007. And so I'm guessing he didn't coach 2 full seasons, because 82... 82 plus 82 wouldn't be 146. So I guess he got fired mid-season, or not mid-season. That'd be around 62 games into the season. They fired. That must have been bad that second year. So he didn't even make it 2 years with the Bucks as their head coach in 2007. Then was an assistant for a while. Then got the hire with the Blazers and was very successful with the Blazers. With 8 straight playoff trips and 402 games won over his 8 or 9 seasons with the Blazers. Another thing I really like this hire is you got a really experienced head coach, really experienced with, he's an assistant coach with you now, but he's been a head coach. He's coached 8 or 9 seasons, so you got a very experienced assistant coach, next to a NBA head coach in Adrian Griffin, who I think is going to be fantastic. But to have Terry Stotts right next to you on the bench for Adrian Griffin, I think it's going to be very nice. It's, I don't think Adrian Griffin's going to be bad or anything, but to have a mentor kind of like Terry Stotts, Adrian Griffin is a little bit young for a head coach. Not too. I don't think he's too old. He's not too young, but he's a little young. And Terry Stotts has a lot of experience as an NBA head coach, and I think that could be a really, really good addition for the staff and for Adrian Griffin. And I think it's also going to be a great addition for their team as well. And I really like the hiring for the Milwaukee Bucks. I want you guys to let me know your thoughts on the hiring. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.